is something that's undeniable. Stocks are up, and they're up a lot, up about 202 points, which would easily make this, if it holds anywhere near this, and doesn't even have to be more than 30 points or so, but to see a fourth straight week of gains. Craig Smith on that. He's the Swiss America Trading Corp chairman. And Craig, I couldn't lose sight of the fact that this occurs the same week Barack Obama is enjoying his highest approval rating, north of 51%, 53% in other polls. He hasn't seen that in many a year. Are the two intertwined or what?
Well, if they are, Neil, I guess that he should send Mario Draghi a bouquet of flowers, because it's clearly what Draghi did yesterday over in the ECB, buying back, $80 billion in the bond program, euro, 80 billion euros.
In other words, to stimulate Europe, and the markets love that kind of stuff, right?
Sure, and I think that has a lot to do with it. I think, quite frankly, Neil, I think the campaign is probably helping him, because there's so much attention on, Trump and Sanders and all these outliers. It's almost taken the attention off the White House to the point to where really he can fly underneath the radar, and he's not getting much attention. And I guess no news is good news at the White House if you're trying to stay out of the line of fire.
Much is made of what he wants to get done in these next 10 months or so, and the message Republicans are sending him, when it comes to Supreme Court picks, you're not going to get anything done. When it comes to budgets that forcefully address some structural changes in our tax code, Paul Ryan seems to be telling him you're not going to get anything done. So what's going to be happening these next 10 months?
That's a very interesting question, Neil. Probably not a whole lot. And quite frankly, I think this is why Trump is gaining such traction, Neil. I was reading that Wall Street Journal piece this morning about how economists say what would happen if Bernie Sanders took over or Trump took over. It'd be a disaster for the economy and Wall Street. I totally disagree. Bernie would be, because socialism and capitalism doesn't mix in together very well. But Donald Trump is talking about a 15% corporate tax rate, 10% one-time charge on inversion, bringing $2.5 trillion back to America. And more importantly, talking about bringing jobs and hope back to Americans, like that taxi driver we just heard about. And so I think you're not going to see much happen in Washington right now, because the, if you will, candidate in waiting, Donald Trump, if he wins the election, and I haven't picked any candidates, I'm just trying to be objective about this, Neil, that they're not going to want to do a whole lot, knowing that there's a new president that's coming in, and he might do a lot of things to turn this economy around. And by the way, Neil, on the way here, I was looking at the dictionary, and under the word elegant, there's a picture of Neil Cavuto there. How did you get that pulled off?
Thank you, my friend. I mean, now, obviously, he throws this word around with everybody, Trump. He said the CNN debate, elegant. There's only one elegant game in town.
I found that interesting last night, too.
Thank you, my friend. All right, Craig, it's always good having you. I appreciate it. We were mentioning Donald